Are we muted?
From the ninth circle here in Indianapolis, Indiana, it's two teams looking to do battle in the Eastern Conference, both with playoff hopes still alive. It's Chicago and the Wildcats coming into Indiana to take on the Indianapolis Red Devils and James Richards here at the ninth gate. Indianapolis, Indiana, it's cloudy, 62 degrees with the wind moving from north to south at 7 miles per hour. I am your play-by-play commentator, Andy Hamilton, and joining me here in the booth is Marc Lopez. Marc, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Andy, and this game is turning out to be a good one. On the one hand, we have the very hopeful Chicago Wildcats. On the other, the struggling Red Devils. One team has been winning off and on this season, the other struggling. This is Indiana with a 6-game losing streak. But if there is one game where it looks like they can win, it's gonna be this one. They're gonna take it to the defense and see if they can win one for the team.
We got the teams on the field conducting the coin toss now. The last time these two teams met in Chicago, the Wildcats got the win 9-28. That was at the Thunderdome in Chicago, Illinois. Today we're in Indiana, and Chicago is on the road. And Marc, the interesting stat I was looking at before the game, Chicago is 0-3 on the road, and Indianapolis has their only win here at home. They're 1-3 here in this building today. So it'll be interesting to see how Chicago handles that and whether they can sneak the win away from Indianapolis on their own turf. The return will come out to the 28. The Red Devils will start with the ball. And what are you looking for out of this offense?
The Indiana Red Devil offense. Their offense this season has been subpar. So to speak. They have been scoring just 14 points per game, and they have been struggling on third down conversions. But if they're going to be making their third down conversions, going to be against the Chicago team who have been struggling to defend third down.
Three-wide look here for Tom Pepper, who drops back and fires across the middle. The first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Dan Daly, number 10, who couldn't haul it in front of this Wildcats defense.
Yeah, that was a good defense right there, showing why Chicago has been doing okay against the good teams of this that they have faced, is that they have had consistent defense.
For those of you who might just be joining us, the SFL is a controllerless esports league where you can be the player, coach, or owner of the team. To get involved, join our Discord. Head over to simulationfl.net. On second down, Pepper will deliver out to Swearingen out of the backfield, and Swearingen will get dropped for a loss on the play. Chicago swarming to the ball early, and so far setting up a really good first drive on defense.
Yeah, that is very good defense indeed. And as I've mentioned, Indiana struggling on third downs. One reason is that they always find themselves third and long. In fact, they are the team who has had the most third down attempts this season.
Third down, Pepper moves and fires down the left side, and coming out of nowhere to bat it away was Jesse Vick, who got the hand to it, and with 10:21, Chicago has a 3-and-out.
Ooh, yeah, good defense right there. Although, gotta give it to Chicago. They put Indiana in this tough spot to make the tough play, and they just found an easy stop right there.
Sam the Man says that we're doing some great commentary, Mark, so thank you, Sam, for that. Glad to have you along. If you want to get involved with the commentary team, just go ahead and join up on our Discord page, and we can get you on the broadcast team within the next few weeks. If you are up to par, Indianapolis will punt away here, and Chicago will have solid field position on the Jesse Vick return. They will set up at the 41.
And I'm looking forward for this Chicago offense. They have been a little bit, above average, scoring 22 points per game. Good for 10th this season.
10-12 to go. First drive for Indy stalls out. Let's see what the first drive for Chicago has on hand. Three receivers split out for E.T. King, who has Jared Willis in the backfield. King fires on the out route, and it is complete on the first pass of the game. J.C. Torres hauls it into the 47, a nice 6-yard pickup.
And that was good on E.T. King, just letting that ball go because the sack pressure was right there on him. And quick on his hands, makes a good completion for 6 yards.
King this year, 71% completion percentage, 12 touchdowns, to 11 interceptions, so very even. But last week, Chicago took down the Carolina Skyhawks, handing them their first loss. Here on second down, the flip out to Willis is read beautifully, and Indianapolis was all over that one. Number 23, Ashley Rose Finch, was in the backfield quickly to make the play, forcing Chicago into 3rd and 6.
And he put that really well. Andy read beautifully by the guys in red. What a key stop right there.
All right, 3rd and 6. King spreads them all out. 4 receivers and a tight end on the field. King, quick fire, right up the slant. And Shan Varner, the tight end, the longtime SFL player, is right down the seam and picks up the first down to the 44.
And that was a good quick play just for a first down. Those are the kinds of plays that Indiana has to look out for. They have been the first passing defense team this season. So those kind of plays are plays that they can stop indeed, but they have to do it. They have to stop it.
3 down linemen for Indianapolis, and on first down they'll give to Willis. Willis with some room, still on his feet, picks up 9. What a carry from Jared Willis to start this next first down off.
And a little bit open in the middle by the Indiana defense. Willis just running through, and he is just one of those running backs. When he finds an opening, he sprints and picks up big yards. He picks up 9 this time.
Got people checking into the chat. Welcome. You haven't missed much so far, but Jared Willis will take this handoff off the left side, and he will move those chains to the 33. Coming up to make the tackle was Steve Vitak.
And that's what I'm talking about. You don't leave anything open for Willis. Just lock him up, and that's what Indiana did. Good defense.
So a new set of downs here from the 33. We'll take you through the Chicago offense quickly before the snap. E.T. King is the quarterback. Jared Willis, the halfback, is off the field here. The receivers are Corey Carter, Buchanan Simmons, J.C. Torres, and Shan Varner is the tight end. King will fire, and that is hauled in by Shan Varner to the 29-yard line, That'll bring up 2nd and 6.
It almost looks like Shan Varner was just standing waiting for the ball. The defender was not even paying attention. But, he quick to get there and stop for any more yardage gain.
2nd and 6 from the 29. 3-3 look out of the Indianapolis defense. Check down to the left side to Willis. Willis fights through one tackle but cannot fight off the next two, and he will go down at the 28, another 3rd down.
It almost looked like a good block by the blocker, but good defensive support to cover up the play. Good defense. It's now 3rd and 4th. Indiana, are they able to get a stop on this one, or are they going to allow another 1st down?
That is a tough question. 2 backs in the backfield for Chicago. Shan Varner down there on the bottom of the line. The handoff to Willis, and Willis is driving forward for the 1st down. Brought down finally by Easy Temple, who tracks him from the defensive tackle position, but he makes his way to the 22.
Good stuff right there by Willis. Again, he is showing that he is making the key plays for this offense. This is, I think, the 2nd time that he's gotten 1st down for his team.
3 receivers in a bunch to the top of the formation. Shan Varner, the tight end, here at the bottom. E.T. King to throw. Fires on the slant route, and it's caught for the 1st down to J.C. Torres, his 2nd grab of the day.
And Chicago, man, they're just ripping apart Indiana. This one play, they have already played 3 times this drive at 100% completion rate. And it's hurting Indiana. Now they are, Chicago is so close to the goal line, to the end zone. They have to get a big stop and hopefully just force a field goal.
You see the records there right above the names of the teams. Chicago sits at 3-4, Indianapolis at 1-7, but a very tough 1-7 with that. They've been in a lot of close games. King here under a lot of pressure, and that man brings him down. Indianapolis gets the sack. It's Easy Temple, who's been all over the field, his 2nd tackle of the day. This one, the 1st sack of the day.
That is good defense, and they just pressured him. And we couldn't see it in the camera, but it appeared that the secondary just blanketed those receivers, forcing a good sack.
2nd and long, 17 yards. They can get the 1st down without scoring. King, deep drop, protected well, fires, and that one's nearly taken away. Indianapolis was all over it. Ashley Rose Finch with the deflection.
And if you're going to look for a defense in a cinch, who you got to call but Finch?
Well called, well called. All over that one, and if it would have been a pick, it would have been going back the other way. There was plenty of room there on that top side.
That's right. He probably got an extra arm on that one, extra hand. He or she could have probably brought that ball down.
I believe Finch is a lady. I believe she is involved a little bit with the quarterback, Tom Pepper. So an interesting affair going on there. We won't get too much into that. But I believe that's, and someone in the chat may correct me if I'm wrong. 5 receivers split out. King in the shotgun. Again, 17 between him and the 1st down marker. King under pressure, fires, and that one is caught somehow. Oh, what a grab, and they're going to get to the 7, short of the sticks, but that one had interception written all over it, and somehow it's hauled in by Tyler Baker, the non-contract receiver, 6 foot, 180 pounds.
Andy, I think these defenders have tennis rackets for hands. That ball just, I don't know, it passed right through his hands like water through a cloth. It was, I don't know what to say, Andy.
Unbelievable. Chicago will put the extra point, or the 3-point kick up and good. So it's 3-0 Chicago. We will step aside for the SFL Network and be right back after this short break.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action, here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
So the return for Indy will come out to the 30, and that is where the offense will step back out onto the field. Now down 3-0. The first drive was not very good for them, but the second drive has all the promise in the world for Tom Pepper. The two receivers are Dan Daly and Eli McCormick, and Keith Swearingen is the back drafted in this year's SFL rookie draft. If you're looking to get involved in this upcoming season, season 12, make sure you join our Discord. Swearingen with the spin cycle, and he picks up 7. He was one break away from the end zone.
Those were a couple of sweet moves, and Swearingen, though, the defense was on top of him. He makes the plays on his own. A little bit of blocking down the field. He picks up 7 yards on this one. Good stuff from him.
And it'll bring up 2nd and 3. Very manageable here for Indianapolis. Swearingen has not really been the focal in the running game, and that might account for Chicago undervaluing that in terms of game plan this week. We'll have to see as the game moves forward. Swearingen left side, and he is brought down only by a shoelace. Maurice Spurgeon holds on for dear life and forces Indy into a 3rd and 1.
That was another close one for the Indiana offense. But yeah, Spurgeon just right there, preventing a first down, forcing Indiana to, again, face their sort of bane.
3rd and 1, Swearingen right through the middle. The hole was beautiful, and he picks up the first down to the 44.
Agreed. The blockers, or the offensive line just opened up a good hole down the middle, and, 1 yard for a first down, easy peasy right there.
Swearingen has 3 all-purpose touchdowns, 2 of which on the ground, 1 through the air this season, averaging 3.7 yards per carry. And he is improving upon that average. If I had to take a guess today, they call him the Cheetah. I don't know if I saw much speed, but I sure saw enough spins on the last few carries as he picks up 2 more there.
And it looks like Indiana now utilizing Swearingen a lot for this drive, because it appears that they have learned from their previous drive that the short passes have been quite unsuccessful. And Swearingen has been working wonders this drive, so we'll see how much more they're going to use him.
Spread formation here for Indy. 3 receivers out and 2 backs in the backfield. Pepper will check out to Swearingen, and he is dropped right at the line. Good coverage there by the defender. That's the non-contract player, number 28, Jeremy Lane, who is all over that screen play. And Indianapolis will have to set up here on 3rd and 8.
Andy, looking at that play, it almost looked like Swearingen was on the verge of breaking through that tackle. If he just had just a sliver of strength to break that tackle, he could have burst through for more yards, but as you said, good coverage, good defense, solves that quick.
Pepper, shovel pass, and he is going to get dropped after a pickup of only 4. It was a nice little nifty play that kind of caught Chicago off guard, but they are able to recover and drag him down at midfield.
Yeah, that's right. The key word is recover. Despite being caught off guard, they already actually had the pieces set in the middle, so that if any, play like that happens. Oh, what happens here?
Flag is on the field. This could be a number of things. They're going to call a neutral zone encroachment. The Red Devils will accept, and that, I got to say, is a really bad break if you're a Wildcats fan.
It is. And they already got the stop, and now, oof.
And I believe that mental mistake there will give the Red Devils a new set of downs at the 45. So the Indianapolis drive continues on a strange special teams play error by Chicago. The handoff to Swearingen, and the defenses who, only maybe got to swig some Gatorade is back on the field trying to make that stop. Jesse Vick in the backfield.
Well, despite that having only a swig, it looks like that they have plays from Indiana just swarming on top of Swearingen, but I wonder if this is going to come to bite them in the butt for the future plays.
2nd and 12, 50 seconds to go here in a quick-moving first quarter. Handoff, Swearingen stood up and dropped again, and that is mostly the work of those 2 inside linebackers there. As you see, Dylan Rowland, number 40, and 59, Clint Hendershot were all over that one.
Yeah, that's right, and good defense right there. Surprisingly, Chicago only the 19th best rushing defense this season amongst the entire league, looking really good and stopping that rushing play from Indiana.
And that looks to be what Indianapolis is targeting, is the run game in Chicago's defense. And we'll see how this pass works out here on 3rd and 12. Firing over the middle, Dylan Rowland elevates and knocks that one down to force another 4th down. And I don't think any type of yellow laundry will bail Indianapolis out of this punt.
Yeah, that's right. And Chicago held their ground despite a little misplay in the previous one. They get another stop right here. Hopefully this time for sure, for real. But good defense right there overall.
Indianapolis was just barely over Chicago, into Chicago territory, so they will try and pin the Wildcats deep. This punt will bounce at the 9, bounce at the 2, the 3, and it is going to get a great hop.
Wow.
And Indianapolis downs it at the 1. What a punt.
Chicago has been eating their Lucky Charms this morning. Or did I say Chicago? Indiana has been eating their Lucky Charms. Chicago not, because now they have been pinned the 1-yard line thanks to that lucky bounce right there.
So with 4 seconds to go, the Wildcats need to get out of their own end zone. Indianapolis looking to put points on the board in the weirdest way. Handoffs, that's Willis, who's right up the middle, hurdles a man, and pushes out past the 15. A very strong run from Jared Willis.
Yeah, that's right. And if you want to get out of the 1-yard line quick, just give it to Willis right here. It looks like, there were a couple of openings down the middle as well with no defender, and he just runs, picks up 15 yards. The defense a little too lax right there.
So that's the end of the first. 3-0 Chicago on top of the Indianapolis Red Devils. We will continue here. This is the SFL Network, brought to you by APM Music. Andy Hamilton along with Marc Lopez here on the call. It's a beautiful day here in Indianapolis. A little chilly, 62 degrees, but the booth is nice and warm here, and we're having a good old time in the Midwest. E.T. King will check it and throw it over to Willis, and Willis will get dragged down at the line. Nice defensive stand there by Zach Andrews coming up to make the play.
Yeah, that's right. Good defense. He just saw that coming from miles away, and he was there to stop that play. And yeah, it almost looks like a tackle for loss, but no, they'll just say it's a 0-yard gain.
10:35 to go. The first play has gone through to the second quarter, so we are rolling here. King has 3 split out. He will hand off to Willis off the left side. Willis with blockers. Willis still on his feet past the 40, and he will get to the 46-yard line where he is drugged down by Paul Connolly, who comes over in coverage.
I apologize, Andy, if I was too emotional, but yeah, that was a wonderful play. He just sprints. The defense was non-existent, but good stop right here. Probably a touchdown-saving stop or tackle. But wow, Willis doing wonders for the Chicago offense, surprisingly.
Yeah, Willis, a slow start to the season, had to replace one of the better backs in the SFL, and did so and has done so beautifully for Chicago, and they used him quite a bit last week in the win over Carolina, and it benefited them greatly. King, a quick fire into pressure. He was trying to find J.C. Torres, who's the only receiver he's targeted all day, and Indianapolis read that one like a book on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. If you just keep doing one thing over and over, eventually it's gonna get read and stopped. But yeah, I guess Chicago, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess, is what they thought. Because despite Indiana defending that play, it has been successful for them in the previous play.
Here is King to throw again. He will throw to the right side. It's hauled in. Nice grab there. Chicago to the 41. It's grabbed by Buchanan Simmons.
And it looks like actually there were 2 defenders covering the area, but I forgot. I couldn't see who the other one was. If he could have just put his hand up, probably not that quick on him. But yeah, good catch right there. Wonderful.
9:55 left to go, and Chicago is into Red Devils territory. Clock will roll. 3 receivers split out. That's Shan Varner there in the slot. Hand off to Willis, and Willis is stood up and dropped after only picking up 2.
Solid defense right there. He saw Willis come right through. He just hugs him, brings him down before Willis could go and gain more yards.
Indianapolis breaks the huddle on the defensive side of the ball. We'll get to them after this snap here. King in the shotgun has everyone out to receive on 2nd and 8. Low snap, under pressure immediately, and easy Temple gets to him and drops him. 2nd sack of the day for Temple, and they're all the way back to the Indianapolis 46.
That was a great play by Temple, sacking him for a loss of, 10 yards? That is very pivotal in preventing any more points, being gained by Chicago. And it forces 3rd and very long. Well, not very long, but long.
Well, and with the defensive backs that this Indianapolis team has, King will have to pressure it. Fires, and that is caught! Nice ball by E.T. King, hitting Buchanan Simmons again, and he finds the opening in the defense and picks up the first down to the 25.
And that was a very interesting turn of events. Buchanan running in between 2 defenders to get that ball, if we see it right here. Yeah, it looks like the area was covered well, but Buchanan just finds his little opening and just pulls that one down. Wonderful. First down. And closer, again, Chicago is just inching towards that goal line. Indiana better get a stop right here.
Red Devils defense has Blake Craze, Thad Castle at the linebackers, Vaughn Sanook, Paul Connolly, Ashley Rose Finch, Zach Andrews, Steve Vitak on the defensive backfield at receivers and safeties all around, an easy Temple on the line. The flip out to Willis is good for only a yard, and that will bring him down at the 24.
Despite some of these plays by Chicago, just getting 1 yard, 2 yards, sometimes a loss here, sometimes a loss there. Chicago has been stellar on their 3rd down conversions and getting first downs this game so far. So really, Indiana really has to pick up the pace of their defense.
King to throw, fires, and that's picked off! Oh, Indianapolis takes it away. Who is it? It's number 96, Blake Craze.
Holy smokes! Little magnet heads just picking that up in the in midair. I almost heard a snap as the ball lands on his hands cleanly. And wow, that's the stop that I was looking for.
King was trying to force it to the fullback, and Blake Craze was right in the middle of the field, and he read that thing and took it away, and Indianapolis gets a second breath of life. They will head back out on offense.
Might I say that was a crazy interception?
You may. Head off there to Swearingen. Laundry on the field, though, and we will have to check with Ref 62 to see what the call is. Looks like offsides from the replay I'm taking a peek at. So a free play, and Indianapolis will pick up a 5er, and they will get the first down.
And it's probably the Chicago defense a little antsy after that terrible play by their offense that led to an interception. Probably, but they'll take this and pick themselves up and hopefully make a better defensive play.
A.J. Barnes and Maurice Spurgeon are the safeties for Chicago. Blake Hamrack and Jesse Vick are the cornerbacks. Dylan Rowland, Clint Hendershaw are the linebackers. And now Keith Swearingen will find the outside lane and get to the 33, a 4-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, that was a solid run overall. Just a pickup of 4 yards, but it's good enough to set them up for 2nd and 1. And Keith Swearingen, we saw an earlier stat, only averaging less than 3 yards per carry, but if his carries are the one that take them over the 1 yard or first down line, then they'll take it.
2nd and 1, Pepper to throw, fires left side, and that is caught. Hauled in there by Dan Daly to the 41, a first down right in front of the Chicago defense.
And quick eyes right there by the quarterback, just finding his man real quick, throwing the ball, easy peasy, and yeah, just beating his defender on the destination, making a good catch. And that was a solid play overall, Andy.
Down to 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter with all the run plays that both teams have been running. We've seen very little stoppage. All two teams still have all 3 timeouts, though. Handoff Swearingen right up the gut. Swearingen picks up 4.
And Keith Swearingen is playing with heart this game. He has been, not getting lots of blocks coming his way, but he just pushes through the multiple tackles that pummel him from the left, right, and center, and picks up 4 yards, picks up 3 yards. Little hard-working Keith Swearingen.
2 receivers in a Twins formation to the top of the screen. 4 down linemen for Chicago. They will step up to the line, and Swearingen will only get another yard. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
And this is going to be tough again for Indiana. Another 3rd down for them. We'll see how they approach this one, and we'll see if Chicago can come back with the ball once again.
Look at Tom Pepper there, coming over from Vancouver in the offseason. 3 receivers will split out for him, and the 2 backs split in the backfield. Chicago will only bring 4. Pepper stands and fires. It's tipped up, batted around, and incomplete. Chicago can't get their hands around it, and that'll bring up 4th and 5. The Red Devils get a chance to punt.
And we have been seeing this all season long. They have just been struggling on 3rd down conversions. Probably because every time they face a 3rd down conversion, they're almost forced to make that passing play. And they have been terrible with the passing game. They have been defended well this game by Chicago. And yeah, it's tough for them.
Jesse Vick is back for the Wildcats to return. A high snap will get punted. 5 minutes to go in the second as Vick will return here, and he gets to the 19. So Chicago backed up again to start this drive, and they will have to rely on the offense to dig them out of a hole.
That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if this scoreboard just gets pegged at 3-0 until later in the game, because Indiana, their defense has been looking solid so far, and Chicago's defense as well. So we'll see who will break through first.
Both teams have read each other well so far through the first quarter and a half of play, as Willis only picks up 2 before Craze is all over him. They're clapping his hands at the fans, letting him know that he got that job done.
Yeah, and just as he said, both teams reading each other well. And that was a very quick, very good read, stopping him just after a pickup of 2 yards. So good defense.
Willis, 9 carries, 64 yards was the stat we had up just a moment ago. Split backs again for E.T. King. Willis in the backfield, King to throw. Good protection in the pocket, fires down the seam, it's up, it's batted around, and it's picked off. Ashley Rose Finch takes it away. She's been all over the field today, and she has the ball for Indianapolis in great field position.
Another interception, another key defensive stop right there. Although the pickup was, a good one, it's a great one. Woo! Indiana, I think their way of getting yards is making interceptions deep in Chicago territory.
And it seems to be when quarterbacks try and force into loaded coverages, 2, 3 defensive backs, the ball has a chance of getting tipped up and taken away. When they throw one-on-one, it's usually safe. Pepper going for a covered man there, trying to get the ball to Eli McCormick, and it's batted away by the Wildcats.
Yeah, a little bit of a questionable decision right there to go for that one. We could probably, pass it on as, a thing of trust. He probably trusted his man too much. But with so many defenders, it was definitely bound to be deflected. They're just lucky it wasn't an interception.
Wildcats at 3-4 are looking good in the Eastern Conference. Indianapolis, not out of the playoff race, is going to have to go on a tear here in the later half of the season. Pepper fires, and it's caught right up the middle of the field. Eli McCormick was open that time, and he's down to the 21.
And Eli McCormick, he has been targeted several times this game, not completing a lot of those targets, but on this one, he makes the key first down, bringing them closer and closer, and, hopefully getting their first points of this game.
3 receivers out again. Swearingen in the backfield with the fullback. They will toss it out to him on the left-hand side. Swearingen turns upfield, spins once, and then is dragged down after a pickup of only 2 to the Chicago 19. So Indianapolis in the red zone now is threatening, but they're still down by 3.
Yeah, I think they've seen that spin move a little too many times this game. Just like playing the same record on repeat. Been there, done that. So that was a quick stop.
2 receivers spread out. Chicago brings an extra man up to the line of scrimmage. The handoff to Swearingen is dropped. Clint Hendershot all over that one, down to the 17.
And Hendershot bringing a big hit jumping as he brings down Swearingen. Ooh, that was a big hit. That's gotta hurt.
Other SFL action is going on around the league, but the focus is here. 3-0 in a close ball game between Chicago and Indianapolis. If you're looking for other scores, you can head to ScoreStream and check those out. Pepper out of the backfield to Swearingen. He fights for the line, won't get there. It'll be 4th and 1 at the 12-yard line.
That was a close one. If Swearingen just had that little magic in him to get that 1 yard, their hopes for a touchdown would have been kept alive, but no problemo. They are still in good position for a field goal.
2:45 to go. The offense is out on the field. Pepper in a shotgun. 2 receivers split out. Chicago giving plenty of cushion on the outsides. A quick out play would work beautifully. 3-3 look out of the Wildcats. Play clock down to 3. And ticking, and Pepper will have to burn a timeout in order to save them from getting the delay of game penalty. And that's a tough break for Indianapolis. It looked like they would have had room.
Yeah, that's right. I was wondering if probably they were just trying to get someone offsides and get that penalty. But no, against the Chicago team with lots of veteran players, it's not going to work in them. It happened once, not going to happen again.
So Indianapolis will send out the kicking team. They will try and boot one through and tie this game up at 3. Again, 2:28 left to go once they take the snap here. They're down by 3 to the Wildcats, who defeated who defeated Carolina last week. Kick is up, and it is through from 29 yards. Indianapolis knots the game up at 3 on the foot of Roman Pena. We'll take a break and be right back on the SFL, brought to you by APM Music.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Chicago with the return up to the 31-yard line, and that is where the offense will head back out onto the field. Now it's a tie ball game, and you got 2:22 left, all 3 timeouts. Try and score before the half. The Red Devils got the ball to start the game. Chicago will get it out of the break, so good opportunity here for Chicago. Jared Willis up the middle will pick up 4 before Easy Temple drags him down.
Let's go.
That is the 2-minute warning. 3 all here in Indianapolis at the 9th circle here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Again, cloudy, 62 degrees. It's 3 all here as the Indianapolis Red Devils at 1-7 are taking on the Chicago Wildcats. Come in at 3-4, but have yet to win a game on the road. Hand off, Willis right up the middle, open room, and he picks up the first down. And that's no good there. Blake Craze is down, had the interception earlier, and that's not what you want to see if you are an Indianapolis Red Devils fan.
That was a good run by him right there. And again, he has been making several pivotal plays. And just another good one.
So we will have to check on his recovery as we get closer down to that moment. I believe the linebacker coming in to replace him will be Blake Colt, number 50. We'll have to double check on that as the game progresses. King, quick fire. They tried to go right where Craze would have been, and it looked like the receiver was draped the defensive back was draped all over J.C. Torres, but a no call, and Chicago will have to face a 3rd down.
Yeah, well, Well, good defensive coverage overall, even if there was no, even if there was no error on that play. But yeah, I guess you got to chalk it up to good defense by Indiana.
1:54 to go. Clock has stopped because of the incompletion. Chicago still has their timeouts. 3 receivers split out, 1 back in the backfield. Plenty of room to the bottom of the screen. They will give to Willis up the middle, and he will pick up 2. It'll be 3rd and 8, and the clock rolls. 3rd and 8, I don't know. You're kind of in that middle range between just running the ball again and getting as much time off the clock as you can and trying something, for 9 or 10 and picking up the first down.
Yeah, and keep in mind, 1:34 is still a lot of time to make another point for Indiana. They still have 2 timeouts, so Chicago better be careful on how they use this time.
King fires, and there was no one in the area. It looked like he was aiming for number 80, who is Tyler Baker. Had a good catch earlier in the game, but that one was just too high.
Yeah, too high, and now the ball goes back to Indiana. Still with 2 timeouts. We'll see how they approach this game. So far, they've been playing. Their past few drives have been a little bit on the slow side, going with lots of runs through Keith Swearingen. But we'll see how they're going to, keep their hopes alive and come out on top on this first half.
Chicago punts, and it will be hauled in there by Indianapolis at the 24, so that is where they will take over. So with 1:17 left to go before the break, Indianapolis does not get the ball after the break. If you're just tuning in or missed the opening kickoff, it was Indianapolis with the ball first. So Chicago gets the kick out of the halftime break. Swearingen up the middle picks up 5 to the 29, and I don't know if I agree with the game plan here with 2 of your 3 timeouts in your back pocket.
Yeah, me neither, Andy. And I guess they think that they have what it takes to just go for a quick offense down the field and just slowing it up, while they're far back at this time.
Pepper under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers split out. They'll give again to Willis, and he is drugged down. Clint Hendershot climbs on his back and pulls him to the turf, and Indianapolis looks content to just take this tie game into the locker room and have a conversation about how to beat them in the second half.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're thinking, but these 2 timeouts are a little bit of a waste. If I was the coach, I would have wanted to see a little bit more effort in getting extra points, because those extra points, even if a field goal, could be just the little edge that they need to come up with the win after 6 straight losses.
And Chicago will go ahead and take a timeout after that delayed handoff, and Donnie Odom read it really well and was all over it. So now Chicago will actually get the ball back. Maybe a Hail Mary attempt. You do have E.T. King back there.
Oh, that's right. And wait, we shall see.
Well, at very least, it'll be an opportunity here for Jesse Vick on the return. 15 seconds left. And still 2 timeouts for Chicago, so still plenty of, clock stoppages. The question just is, will you be able to get down the field? Vick on the return will only get to the 39, so they'll have 7 seconds, so maybe a play or 2, depending on how quick you can throw it and how quick you can use those timeouts.
Well, I guess I have bore witness to several touchdowns 10 seconds, before the first half ends. I would like to see one again, because, Andy, those are not very uncommon, I think, in this league.
King will have 3 receivers, and he will just give to Willis up the middle, and Willis will go down. Chicago will use a timeout, and I guess they're in field goal range now, but that play didn't really move them any closer to the goal line.
Yeah, no, but I guess they were looking for something, and they're just settling for a field goal.
Well, there's a look at Shan Varner, and I guess he's getting old because look at all that gray hair. Looks like he's wearing a Chicago Wildcats helmet. Little joke between me and Shan. We'll see if he comes after me in the comments. He's been destroying the comments, and we'll get to some comment shout-outs after the halftime break. This should be the last play from scrimmage. 3 seconds to go here, barring anything crazy. They will just give to Willis off the right-hand side. Indianapolis will wrap him up, and that will take us to the halftime break. 3-3 here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Red Devils are tied with Chicago at the halftime break, and we will come back with more football action on the SFL Network, brought to you by APM Music. Back here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Beautiful day here, 62 degrees, a slight wind going from north to south. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me in the booth is Marc Lopez. A slow-moving first half in terms of offense. The defenses both got off to a good roll, but it's 3-3 here as Chicago will field the kick. Jesse Vick will bring it out across the 25. That is Corey Carter on the return there. He will get to the 29. The Wildcats offense will come out, and they had trouble. E.T. King threw 2 interceptions early in today's game.
Yeah, that's right. And if they are going to make any adjustments, it's just that E.T. King has to make better decisions when throwing the ball, because both of those interceptions were done in coverage. So, yeah, they have to make adjustments on that end. On the other hand, Indiana, they have a lot of adjustments to do on their offense as well.
Jared Willis gets the reception there, picks up 7. Look at the quarterback comparison. King, the 2 interceptions, but Tom Pepper only the 30 yards. Kind of a pick-your-poison situation there. Second and 3 from the 36. Chicago only 9 feet between them and the sticks. Trying to get ahead on this drive. Handoff to Willis off the right-hand side. Willis through 1 tackle and runs all the way to the 41. A strong carry from Jared Willis through the arms of Blake Craze, who has made his way back out onto the field after the halftime break.
And Willis just all reliable, getting first downs. He has been doing this consistently in the first half and is looking to do it once again this time. Indiana has to stop this guy.
Another heavy formation here from Chicago. That usually means a check down to Willis, and Indianapolis all over that one. Ashley Rose Finch has been all over the field today, and she has Jared Willis's name and number memorized.
She has everyone's number memorized. She came up with that 1 interception late in the first half. And yeah, she has just filling up the stat sheet. Wonderful play, good defense on that one as well.
So from the 40, it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Chicago will spread 4 receivers out. Again, that bunch formation to the top. King fires on a quick out route, and that is hauled in. Shan Varner heading towards the phones on the sideline is stopped by Tom Pepper. Some nice friendly conversation there, I'm sure, as the two, force Chicago into a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, good catch right there. I think that there was a little bit of an opportunity to probably spin and pick up a couple, 3 or 4 more yards, but they'll settle for that one.
Now a shotgun look for the Wildcats. No one in the backfield with E.T. King. King stands and fires down the seam, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver. Trying to haul it in was Buchanan Simmons, and he could not get a grab.
Andy, I thought that there was contact before the ball was caught or something, but yeah, there was no call by the ref. Good defense, I guess. And that was a key stop right there, because otherwise that was going to be a big yardage gain by Chicago, so good on Indiana.
It was Vaughn Sanook in coverage, and he was draped all over the receiver, but doesn't get the call going against him, and the Red Devils get a stop out of the halftime break, just what the defense and offense ordered up, and the return from the Red Devils will go to the 23, and with 9:26, Tom Pepper and the offense take over.
And Indiana unable to do anything much with the football on the first half. They're going to have to adjust how they run their offense. Their running game through Keith Swearingen has bore little fruit. So I wonder if they're going to switch things up or stick with what they've been doing.
Liam Crowder in the chat says this is crazy, and I don't know if London's insane finishes have warped his brain, but I would say this is boring, Liam. If you're a football fan and you're a fan of touchdowns, this is probably one of the more boring games through the SFL slate, but boy, if you're a defensive guy, this is exciting.
Yeah, that's right. Defensively, both teams are stat sheet fillers. 2 interceptions, 2 sacks. Yeah, good defense overall.
Pepper had 3 yards there on first down, so it'll bring up 2nd and 7. 2 receivers split out, 4 line across there for the Wildcats, and Swearingen will take the yards that they'll give him, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4. And this is really where Indianapolis has struggled, is converting on 3rd down.
Yeah, they really have struggled on converting on 3rd downs. And funnily, they have been facing a lot of 3rd downs this season. Could be the key reason why they have been, struggling offensively. And again, they're faced with another challenge.
Pepper fires, slant route, in and out of the hands. It was caught, but he couldn't keep a hold of it. Was Hamill, and that will force a 4th down at the 29.
And Indiana fans just groaning on that play because it was both. The pass looked wonky, I guess, but that was already in the hand of the receiver. Indiana, the fans are currently in hell because this game is tough to watch for them. So they gotta do something.
Well, I tell you what, not to make it religious, Mark, but I'm praying someone scores at some point. Otherwise, I might fall asleep over here in the booth.
When that happens, the fans of that team are going to be in heaven.
Yeah.
Again, not being too spiritual.
Yeah, just nudge me by the time the game starts getting exciting. Chicago returns to the 37, and E.T. King and the offense will take back over here on offense. They added some good movement on the last drive, just were unable to get into scoring range and ended up having to punt the ball away.
Yeah, that's right. And, we say that this is going to be a boring game because it has been a grind fest so far. But I believe there's going to be one single play that's going to be the moment. It's going to be the shining moment of this game, and it's going to make this an instant class.
Quick check down there to Willis, and yeah, you hit the nail right on the head, Mark. It seems kind of like a high school dance because this is a grind fest. People are just trying to get any yard that they can out of this. And now as we tick under 8 minutes, it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's like, wringing a cloth for water, but it's a dry cloth. They're getting nothing.
4 receivers spread out. King fires across the middle. There's a nice completion there. Shan Varner rises up and hauls it down at the 45. And that's kind of been the MO for Chicago. They've struggled with some of these newer receivers, but Chan Varner, a veteran in this league, has been there for them when they needed him the most.
Yeah, that's right. And we see right there why he has been an elite receiver for so long is that despite being tackled and hit by two men, he just protects that ball, brings it down for a good catch.
And there he is again on third down, and there's a nice run all the way up to the Indianapolis 40 into Red Devils territory. King threading the needle there and hitting Varner off the right side on the out route.
And E.T. King, he's looking to be heating up in the second half, making two consecutive key passes, consecutive key completions, I must say. And yeah, that's a good first down. And again, they're setting themselves up to be closer and closer to the end zone. That has just eluded them for so long this game.
Varner and King used to be rivals when King played in Tallahassee and Varner in Carolina. A lot of I-95 rivalry memories going on there, but the two have teamed up in Chicago as of late and have been doing big things. There's a J.C. Torres catch for 6 as well.
And Chicago, they've been this time they're consistent on their passing game. This season they have been struggling with gaining passing yards, but it doesn't look like that they're a long passing team. They're just sticking with short, successful, high accuracy passes. As you said earlier, this game ETK 71% completion rate. So yeah, the low pass yards is not the story of how good or how effective their passing is.
Paul Connolly wraps him up short of the line to gain, so it'll be 3rd and 1, and Chicago brings out this heavy formation, which usually, as of late, has meant a throw out to Jared Willis out of the backfield. King to throw, Willis with a blocker in front of him, but the man, Paul Connolly, fights off the block and makes the tackle for loss and forces Chicago into a 4th down situation.
Again, another stop. None of these teams have actually gotten close enough to at least have a field goal or challenge a field goal.
Oh.
And
it's a 51-yard attempt if they want to try it, and they don't. Despite it being a close enough game, they're going to play field position. The punt will bounce at the 9 and right into the hands of Chicago's special teams. Well played. They will get Indianapolis back at the 5, and this is really kind of a threat here, Mark, because of Swearingen has not nearly been running as good as Willis has today.
Yeah, that's right. And Indiana, they have been struggling to be advancing the ball. If they are stopped on this, on this drive before getting a first down, they are risking Chicago being in very good starting position again, because comparatively they've been getting several first downs.
Two receivers spread out, handoff Swearingen off the left side, cuts it back inside and picks up 6 to the 10, and that gives them a little bit more breathing room as we take a look at Swearingen's numbers.
And one of his better runs this game, 6 yards, setting them up for 2nd and 4. Which 2nd and 4 is better than 3rd and 4 for sure, because they don't want to. They want to convert on this one. They have been struggling on 3rd downs.
2nd and 4 from the 10. They need to get out to the 15. Tom Pepper delayed handoff to Swearingen, able to fight through one, but not through the arms of Clint Hendershot, and he will go down at the 11.
This Wildcat wall is just too tough for Indiana to go through. Swearingen, we mentioned that, he likes to call himself a cheetah, but his tribes on the other side, the Wildcats, are opposing him. So, just getting stopped right there.
3rd and 4, Pepper to throw, dumps out Swearingen right side, has the room and has the first down, gets the edge, stays in bounds, and he fights his way to the 20. That might have been some of the best effort we've seen from him all day.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's not say he has been putting in effort at all. He has been putting a lot of effort, but it pays out on this one. I don't know if they didn't see that pass coming, because, boy, they allowed him to pick up 7 yards on that play.
And it was really good footwork on the sideline to be able to tiptoe past Hendershot and stay in bounds. Blake Hamrack was also over there, so a lot of good defenders kind of getting put to the ground by Swearingen. And it'll set up Indianapolis here for a new set of downs. Pepper, under pressure, will check down to Swearingen again, trying to recreate some of that magic. And Jesse Vick here on the other side, and Maurice Spurgeon there says, no, sir, not over here.
Yeah, they have seen that one once, and it's not going to fool them again. Although I guess Swearingen on that play run backwards a bit might have been the key factor that prevented him from getting more yards. But they'll take it. They'll see what they can do for the 2nd and 9.
Shotgun look. Pepper will drop and check down there out of the backfield to Swearingen, and he is D-headed. Dylan Rowland.
Yeah, that's right. B-headed. Big hit. Swearingen, he likes to play by, spinning around. But when he gets hit, it looks so hard that, when he drops to the ground, you're scared for him, for his life.
Rowland, kind of an SFL journeyman, has now found a home in Chicago for at least this season. We'll see in the offseason whether he stays. Pepper fires left side, hauled in. Dan Daly short of the sticks. Got the feet in bounds, but was unable to get the ball over the line.
And unfortunately, his momentum spun him around in the other direction. If he spun, counterclockwise, he might have had enough agility to pick up a first down, but no, they're going to punt it away this time. At least better than if they punt it away much closer to their end zone.
Yeah, I feel like Oprah here, Mark. You get a punt, and you get a punt, and you get a punt. Check under your chairs. Everyone gets a punt. Snap was off to the right, but Indianapolis gets it away. Return man Jesse Vick will get flattened.
Pancaked. I guess everyone's getting pancaked this game.
Well, and then that brings in the conversation of Waffle House or IHOP, which one you prefer. And if you say Waffle House, or if you say IHOP, you can get out of the booth, because Waffle House is clearly the better choice.
Unfortunately, I have been to neither, so I'll leave that decision to you.
Oh my gosh. Handoff on first down to Willis off the left side. Willis fights through one, and it takes nearly half the defense there. They had 4 men on the ground to bring down Jared Willis, and, he might have some hearing problems there.
Yeah, but, pick up 6 yards is solid, I would say, and they have been more successful in pushing down for more yards and inching closer to the opposing end zone. So it almost feels like inevitability that they're going to end up with a touchdown or a field goal.
King fires to Willis off the right side with a block. Willis can't get to the edge, but he does get to midfield, and it is a new set of downs for the orange and black.
And that was a little yummy old play, finding his man open, and it's a rare case where there was no one to defend that one. I guess there was a quick block right there, but the defenders were heavily focused on the other side, leaving enough room to pick up a first down on this one. Good play.
Well, Liam Crowder wants us to tell both teams to play better, and I, would tend to agree. I think that would be a great way to spice up this game. From midfield, Jared Willis is stood up and dropped for a loss of 1. Coming up the middle was Thad Castle. Or, excuse me, not Thad Castle. Was it Thad Castle? No. Number 56, that's down there.
Good defense.
So 2nd and 11. King will have to try and throw his way out of this one. Willis not in the backfield with him. King fires off the hands of Shane Varner, still in the air. Everyone had a chance at it. It's incomplete, though.
A little game of hot potato, but no one wanted the potato. So yeah, an incompletion and no interception, but a good stop. Oh, my bad. It's not yet a stop. 3rd and 11. Still setting themselves up for 3rd and forever. So, an easier opportunity to get a stop right here.
5 receivers split out here. E.T. King alone in the shotgun. Indianapolis will rush 3. Under pressure now, King floats one late, and it nearly was taken away. There was nothing but red jerseys in front of it. A dangerous throw falls incomplete, luckily, and Chicago will punt again.
E.T. King has been making so many, passes towards coverage. He's just lucky that none of those, he's already had 2 interceptions, but for the others that were not interceptions, he's just lucky that they weren't. Otherwise, he would have thrown, 5 interceptions.
From the 49, Chicago punts down to the 16. It's hauled back and ran back to the 19. So 51 seconds left to go in the 3rd. Indianapolis will take over.
And I'm interested in seeing when Indiana is going to make that one adjustment that is going to push them over the edge. You know, they have not been over the midfield for the second half. They have always been behind the midfield in the second half. So we'll see what they do to get over that.
3-all here, Chicago and Indianapolis. If you're just tuning in, I apologize. Throw there from Pepper is good for 5. Let's run through the chat and give some chat shout-outs while we're waiting for one of these teams to win. Shan Varner, Clint Hendershot, Plague 7, Liam Crowder, as well as Maskermind. Blue Tiger is in here. AJ Barnes, Marie Spurgeon. Mark, you're in the chat. That's a good time. Dylan Rowland.
Yes, I am.
As well as JC Torres and plenty of other people watching. 18 viewers currently. And I tell you what, the negative for us, Mark, is that one of these teams has to score in order to win the game. There are no ties here in the SFL, and at 3-all, and it's been 3-all essentially since the first quarter, we might be in for a long day.
Yeah, that's right. We might be here all week, Andy, depending on how this game turns out. But, I'm looking forward to see the breaking point of this game. Well, it's like a ticking bomb.
I will have my boss on speed dial to tell them that I am not going to make it tomorrow because I'm watching a rigorous football game. Oh, that was a close run there by Willis. Swearingen. He's brought down right at the line. They're going to mark him short, and that will end the third, so we'll have to wait and see what James Richards decides to do. It's 3-all here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Red Devils are tied with the Wildcats. And we are the SFL Network. Andy Hamilton along with Marc Lopez. The Red Devils will punt again. Don't get too excited, folks. Shan Varner says he's the owner, not only an owner, but also a player on the team, and he's about to fall asleep this game. Sure is something, I tell you what. And with the way that the league has gone this season, Mark, I would not be a bit surprised if it was 3-all through 3 quarters, and then by the end of the game, it'll be 24-28.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Now, Shan Varner has to be careful that his actual player in-game doesn't fall asleep, because, oh boy, that's going to be quite a sight to behold.
What, you've never taken a sideline nap, Mark? I don't believe that in any way, shape, or form.
Hopefully it doesn't happen while he is on the field.
Yeah, there you go. That's all right.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Handoff Willis, and Indianapolis read that one like a Sunday newspaper as if they were an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, well, if you put it that way, are an 80-year-old man having a hard time reading? So, well, I guess like a 20-year-old man.
Yeah. Well, it is 6 Central, so it's about bedtime for an 80-year-old man.
Sure. Fair enough. I'll give you that one.
Tom Rahman asks, who's doing color commentary? That's Marc Lopez. Marc Lopez is doing color.
Hello.
King to throw, and that one is caught. And they're literally finding new ways now, as Buchanan Simmons hauls that in, new ways to not gain any yards. That was a pass for no yardage.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting way of putting things. They're probably playing a different game than we are casting, Andy.
Yeah, the game. Maybe I should remind both coaches this isn't golf. 3rd and 10. King fires down the seam. There's a completion. Nice grab by JC Torres into the open field. Then he does a neat trick by keeping the ball on his back. And with 9:40, Chicago is back in Indianapolis territory.
I don't want to keep my hopes up, but is this the one? Is this the drive that's going to put Chicago on top of this game? We shall see, but that was a good play. Wow, good catch.
Only need to string 2 or 3 more of those together, and Chicago might be able to push themselves into the lead. 3-2 look out of Indy. 4 receivers split out. King fires. Nice slant route there. Easy catch for Corey Carter. I think that's the first time we've called his name on a reception today.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, as you said, that was a good route, run really sharply, and that was a good catch as well. Just bringing the ball down reliably, picking up another first down. And boy, they are so close to the end zone right now.
5 receivers split out well within field goal range as long as they don't lose any yards. King to throw, wants it all, going long, off the hands and incomplete. He had a man down to the 3, but he couldn't haul it in. Buchanan Simmons drops it.
I almost saw a touchdown right there. Boy, oh boy, as I said, it's like a thing of inevitability. It is going to happen. A touchdown's going to happen.
Hey, you keep saying it. I'll believe it when I see it, Mark.
Okay, well, I'm the believer, so I'm hoping. I'm the hoper.
2 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver to the top of the screen on 2nd and 10 for King. King hands off Willis, and he is clobbered. Indianapolis has been all over Jared Willis. They seem like a stalker on Facebook because they are all over his wall.
Well put, Andy, and yeah, another 3rd down. Both teams facing several 3rd and longs this game. This is another one. We'll see how E.T. King approaches this.
Indianapolis has 3 on the line. They will only bring the 3-man rush. It won't get to King. He fires. Corner route off the defender's hands. It was almost taken away by Von Sanook. He would have had a pick, and that just literally would have been the epitome of today's game.
That's right, and Sanook looking like the receiver, making that, the jumping reception attempt. Boy, oh boy. That was a close one.
All right, here we go, Mark. Chicago's going to threaten for the lead, and with the way that this is going, this could be the game winner here.
That's right.
8 minutes left to go in the 4th, but we have not seen a score since the first half of play. 3rd quarter was a complete goose egg. Chicago, a little bit off on the snap, but the kick is away, and it is no good! Oh!
Why? Why would you do this?
Jesus Garcia pushes it wide right, and Chicago keeps the lead at 3-all. It doesn't get any worse than that.
Andy, I'm on the edge of my seat for the wrong reasons. Boy, that play is going to be nightmare. It's going to be a scene of nightmares for Chicago.
Well, and the Indianapolis fans don't know whether to celebrate or to be frustrated because, down by 3, your team might have got a kick in the pants, but when you're tied at 3-all, you really don't feel too much reason to push here. Swearingen picks up 6, though. That was a solid carry on 1st down.
Yeah, solid indeed, and he might be the one to start the run for a score. We shall see. He has been doing most of the effort for Indiana so far.
2 receivers to the bottom of the formation. No one up top. They will give to Swearingen as he angles to the left, and Chicago snuffs that one out like Scooby-Doo trying to find a man in a mask.
Yeah, that's right. And he was expecting the blocking to develop, but there was no blocking to develop because it was easily smushed down to the ground, and he was smothered by defenders.
Smothered by defenders like you would like your mashed potatoes smothered in gravy. Boy, I'm hungry. 4 receivers split out. Pepper moves in the pocket, delivers the throw, and it is hauled in, but still 3 feet shy of the sticks. Risk makes the catch, and there is no risk here. I assume they're going to punt.
That is a good assumption.
Well, you know what they say about assumptions. What happens when you assume?
I have not heard this one. What?
Sometimes you're wrong.
Okay, maybe I have heard that. Okay, I was hoping for a better one, but for a better punchline.
Well, all my punchlines are great, Mark. What are you trying to say?
So you're saying that was not a punchline? That was just one of your regular statements.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's just a statement there. 6.5 minutes to go here in the 4th. Let's try and reel it back in a little bit. Someone has to win this ball game. And Chicago's offense has really kind of been the motor here. They had a chance to go up on the legs of Jared Willis here, who has actually been having a really good running game. But they missed the field goal, and now the question is, can they get back in range and boot something else through? Handoff Willis, and Indianapolis snuffs it out. Thad Castle jumps on top of him like he jumps on top. Well, we won't go there.
Okay, we're not. That was a good stop right there by both you and the defender.
Well played. Well played. 2nd and 9 after the pickup of 1. King will put everyone on the line. Shan Varner up at the top. And 3-3 look out of Indianapolis as we tick under 6 minutes to play. King fires out to Willis off the right-hand side. Clobbered.
Clobbered indeed. And again, both teams are just struggling to gain yards. On this one, Chicago has just gained 1 yard. I wonder if we average a number of yards per drive, it's probably less than 15.
Plague 7, which is Easy Temple, is asking what's the injury report on Craze. Craze is back on the field, has been back on the field for, I think, the first drive coming out of the half. There's a one-handed grab. That's something to get excited about. Something not to get excited about is Corey Carter is still a yard shy of the 6 at the 26-yard line, so Chicago will most likely punt. Steve Vitak with the tackle.
And if you guys are not yet playing a drinking game where you drink for each punt, I guess it's not yet too late to start, because I'm guessing there's going to be more punts this time in this game. 5 minutes to go.
If you are of age, we know Liam Crowder, who is 13, is in the chat, so we're going to hope that he's not playing a drinking game. But if you are of age, drink every time there's a punt is not a bad way to go about it.
And one shot right there.
Indianapolis will set up at the 38. 4:54, all 3 timeouts for both teams, as neither of them looks too excited to win this contest. And I tell you what, Marc, both teams' defense is going to get a adrenaline shot in terms of points per game average after this one.
That's right, I agree, and we'll see who's going to be the one to come out on top of that.
Handoff, Swearingen, he picks up 2, and we also might, at some point here, need to contact Cram and Irvine and figure out what the lowest scoring game is in SFL history, because I think this 6 points between these two teams, might be close to that. I don't think there's ever been a 3-0 game or anything of that regard, so maybe if we talk to Cameron Irvine, we might get some history shown here. As Pepper is sacked, Chicago comes for him and gets him. Only a 3-man rush, but they bring down Tom Pepper, who is the one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the SFL.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. And guess what? Indiana again facing another 3rd and long. It is very likely that we might see a punt on this drive. Let's see if they have a miracle in them.
Chicago brings 4. Pepper has to fire under pressure, and it's batted away by Clint Hendershot. He was looking for Dan Daly, but it'll be 4th and 13 from the Indianapolis 36, and that drive there didn't take much time off the clock, if any.
No, it did not. And, despite, even if that catch was completed, it didn't look like a first down. So, it's again another punt in this game. What a grind fest.
So Indy with the low snap will boot this one away. Vic is back to return it, and he will go down at the 29. So Chicago will start there with the ball. And here's Cameron with some scoring updates from around the league, sponsored by ScoreStream. Download the app on iPhone and Android if you don't have it. 3-3 here in this one. Sioux Falls is up over San Francisco 28-26 in the 3rd. And Carolina, is up over St. Louis 30-13 in the 3rd. So this clearly the quickest moving game of this SFL slate this time. And Jared Willis will keep the clock rolling here on that 4-yard carry.
And Sean Varner on chat say, come on, offense, because really, we want to see some offense right here. We only have 3 minutes left. Who is the one who's going to pour in the gas and, set light onto this game?
Hand off, Willis again. Willis with a lane will pick up the first down to the 39. So with 3:12 and ticking to go, Chicago is trying to put a drive together to put points on the board. They did miss their last field goal attempt. So they're going to try and get this one going here. Now hurry up 4 to the line as we tick closer to the 2-minute warning. Hand off Willis again, and he is dropped.
Andy, if anything, Indiana is just going to improve in their defensive standing. So that's something to look forward to.
Well, we've seen Shan Varner in the chat. Haven't seen James Richards. I assume he is around potentially, and if not, we hope that he is doing well. I'm sure he will watch the game back later, so we'll go ahead and give him a shout-out, and he'll be around here eventually. Willis is dropped again, and now Chicago's going to try and get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. And 3-receiver set is probably a good one here on 3rd and 10. King fires, corner route, left side, picked off! Indianapolis takes it away. No punts this time. Steve Vitak with the interception.
The 3rd interception, although they are set up, in the 31st yard line. But this might turn it around. Well, I say that. Indy has struggled to move the ball down the field. What is it going to take for them to score another point?
4 receivers split out. This is some of the better field position Indianapolis has seen today. Pepper will change the play from the gun and throw, and there's a nice out route completion for 4 to Dan Daly, his 4th catch of the day.
And yeah, Dan Daly, that was a good catch right there for 4 yards. They have seen a lot of this 2nd and 6 becoming 3rd and 6, so they really want to convert in this one.
2 receivers split out and the split back formation along with 1 tight end on the top side of the line. Pepper to throw, and he threw into double coverage and almost was made to pay for it as Bobby Boucher Jr. was in the general vicinity.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play, and I keep saying it, good defensive play, because both teams have been stellar defensively, but I wonder if it just appears that way because the offense has not been going for either teams.
Yeah, and that's really the question at the end of the day will be, was this an offensive struggle from both teams, or was it a defensive stand-up from either team? And like we said, some team has to win, and over the next 125 seconds, we will declare a winner in this contest. Pepper fires, and that is incomplete. Eli McCormick couldn't haul it in. He was harassed over there by the defender, and the defender got the ball to pop out at the end of the day. Brandon Vesey, 6'2", 202 pounds, makes the play.
And despite getting an interception and starting with good ball position, they are unable to convert. But we'll see what they're trying to do with this play. Oh no, it's a punt. My bad. I thought I thought the offense was on the field. But yeah, another punt.
Low snap, the punt. Ooh, nearly got blocked. Chicago came after that one, and Vic will not really get much on the return as Indianapolis swarms all over him. It's the 2-minute warning. 3-all here in Indianapolis, Indiana, the middle of the Midwest, in a contest of the defenses. So Indianapolis looking for their 2nd win. Chicago looking for their 1st win on the road. The offenses have struggled. The defenses have played well. And we said over the next 125 seconds, and now it'll be down even lower than 120 seconds. We have to declare a winner, but technically that's a lie. There is an overtime option. King,
and another
incomplete. No, you're fine. King incomplete there, and that'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26.
Another good defensive play / terrible offensive play. No, it's not terrible. It's just that coverage was right there. The receiver was unable to be at his destination on time. But yeah, it's all factors that's led to the state of the game.
1 back in the backfield for King. They'll check it down there to Willis. He is a little slow getting off the blocks, and he will lose 3. And Chicago, interestingly here, burns a timeout, and I don't know if I agree with that from the standpoint that, if you don't convert this, you have to punt it away, and then you really have no chance of getting the ball back.
Yeah, indeed, that was a questionable timeout, unless they have something up their sleeves, but at this point, they've been struggling so much that it is highly questionable if they do have anything up their sleeve.
Defense chance going out here around the stadium as the patient fans are looking for a stop. King fires, picked. That's not Steve Vitak. No, it is Steve Vitak with the pick.
That's his second, right?
Yeah, indeed, that is his second.
Boy, oh boy. The term pick six might be even better if there were 6 pick six. We're at 4 already. So yeah, good one. Good stuff. Good defense.
Well, and to Pepper's credit and Indianapolis' credit, the quarterback play from Indianapolis has been a lot safer. Chicago is trying to go for it, and Indianapolis is kind of just staying pat. Although here's a fire, and it was nearly taken away. Almost took my breath away. Maurice Spurgeon elevated and got the hand to it.
Yeah, good defense right there. I was about to say something by the Indiana defense. Keep going, Andy, as I try to remember what I was trying to say.
Okay, look around the stadium here at Wolfram, or excuse me, not Wolfram Hart. We're at the ninth circle. Everything's going to crap here, as I'm forgetting what I was trying to say there, Mark. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
My bad.
And now 2 receivers split out for Pepper. He stands, not much of a pocket, but he delivers the ball to McCormick, who gets 7 yards there, or 6 or 7, to the 42, and with 1:25, Indianapolis is going to let the clock tick.
This has been one of their shorter third down attempts, third down attempts. So we'll see if they manage, because Swearingen is averaging, less than 3 yards. They go with him.
And he continues fighting. Oh, it's close. It's real close. Indianapolis will take a timeout with 67 seconds left. I think it's 4-down territory, whether he got it or not.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, that was a close one for Swearingen. It almost looks like he had the hustle to just get it over the line, but no, it was exactly a yard behind.
Offense still out on the field. They just took the timeout, which leads me to believe they're going to go for this one, and this one could decide the ball game for either team, depending on how it goes. Pepper under center. He will throw, flips it out on the right side. Swearingen, first down, and now Indianapolis will go hurry up. Swearingen late getting back, and Chicago late getting alignment on the line. Pepper to throw again. Pepper wants it. Left side, nearly taken away. Jesse Vick was all over Eli McCormick.
And Eli McCormick upset that he was not able to bring that down, because that looked like the play. With no one left backfield to defend, if he caught that, he would have been the one to get a touchdown. It was so close, right at his fingertips. I guess that was defended, actually. Pass deflected. So close. He could have smelled the touchdown.
48 seconds to go. Indianapolis not yet in field goal range. I would say they're a good 7 or 8 yards from a comfortable attempt, especially since they missed their last one. Chicago missed their last one, so nothing's guaranteed. Swearingen picks up 3 to the 36. Time rolls as Pepper gets the play from the sideline, and will try and line everyone back up again. I formation. And they will throw again. Pepper dumps out to the fullback off the right side, and he loses yards. A.J. Barnes was all over him, and that'll bring up 4th and 9. From the 38, it would be about a 53 or 4-yarder. You can't really go for it unless you plan on picking up all 9 yards. You're really in a rough spot here, Mark.
Yeah, indeed. I agree to everything that you said, Indiana. They're going to have to pin them. Oh, what are they doing here?
Offense still on the field. Spread formation. 2 backs in the backfield. 3-3 look out of Chicago. Tom Pepper is under center and will drop to throw. Quick dump out there to Swearingen, who stood up and dropped, and Chicago takes over on downs, and that might be the difference in the game, depending on what Chicago does with these 2 timeouts in 24 seconds.
This is gonna be scary for Indiana, because I feel like they have the capacity. Well, 24 seconds is probably enough for 2-3 plays, depending on how quick they let go of the ball and if they can go for long passes.
All right, here we go. 24 seconds. King under center will throw. 5-step drop, fires this near side, and it's hauled in there. Nice grab by J.C. Torres. Gets the feet in bounds. And with 20 seconds, they're down to the 49-yard line. At very least, Mark, if they don't gain another yard, they're in Hail Mary range.
That is correct. But we haven't seen much of a Hail Mary pass from Chicago on this game. Not much long passes, so we'll see how they'll manage, if they'll manage.
5 receivers split out here for King. He will throw, looking down the field. Oh, out of the hands again. Incomplete. Buchanan Simmons, his third drop of the day. He has struggled.
And he has struggled indeed. All of those drops were off of long passes like that. And boy, oh boy, if any of those were caught, one of those were caught, I believe we would have seen a different story with this game.
Chat is lighting up. Marcus Dunhill wants overtime. I would like to be put out of my misery here as King fires, and that one's hauled in! Buchanan Simmons makes up for the miss with a catch at the 33. From here, it would be a 49-yarder.
And that might be a difference maker in this one. This time, the defense was too late to stop that, and he just brings down the ball. And he has struggled, but that might be the one play that puts him on top.
I believe that's Simmons in the chat saying he's done, he's so bad, but don't leave just yet. You hauled in possibly a game-winning catch here. 11 seconds, Chicago sends out the field goal unit, and I'm sure Shan Varner is shaking in his boots. From the 33, it'll be about a 49 or 50-yard attempt. The hold will go down at the 40. It's a better snap. Kick from Jesus Garcia is up, and it is good from 49. Chicago takes the lead.
Oh boy. 7 seconds. Are we going to see a miracle here, Andy?
Well, this is the most scoring we've seen since the first quarter, but like you said, there is time on the clock for Indianapolis. 7 seconds left, depending on what the return is. They might get one play out of this. They do have one timeout, but in reality, this is going to be a tough sledding here for the Red Devils in front of their home fans. The return is short. It'll come past the 20. 4, 3, 2 seconds. He's down, so they will get one play.
Indiana fans better make a deal with whatever Devil to probably win this game. Again, not being too spiritual here, Andy, but it might be the one they need if they want to, see a miracle with this one.
Tom Pepper will take the snap for Indianapolis. The formation has 4 receivers, 3 in a bunch to the top, 1 to the bottom of the screen. Pepper will throw, stands, is well protected, fires on the out route. It's tipped up and incomplete. Maurice Spurgeon puts the game to rest. Chicago improves to 4-4. Indianapolis falls to 1-8. For everyone here at the SFL Network, Andy Hamilton along with Marc Lopez, thank you guys for joining us today in the contest.